Welcome to another great episode. My name is Alejandro Salamone. As always, pleasure and honor to be here today with you all. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a returning listener, viewer/viewer, as always, welcome back. If you are a new viewer/listener, welcome to the show. Really always honored to do these. So before we get started, I want to take a moment though and just take a deep breath. And this is something that I've been feeling more called to do, because I do it before I'd start, just to ground and really connect, giving ourselves the opportunity to really tune in to the channel, to the things that are going to be shared on this podcast, on this share, on this video, on this audio. So for this, whether you are driving or at home, wherever you are right now, just take a moment to just bring awareness into your body. Bring an awareness to your body, and you can do so by closing your eyes if that helps you. And just check in your posture. Check in how you're feeling in different areas of your body. And then we're going to take a deep breath. And when we take this breath, I want you to take your time breathing. And as you're breathing in, I want you to make any adjustments that you want to make within the awareness that you have of your body right now. So we'll go ahead and take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it there. Hold the breath. And as you're holding, squeeze the stomach. And hold the posture as well. Hold the adjustments that you've just made. Just a few more seconds. And when you exhale, I want you to let go of any judgment that you may have towards yourself, of any negative thoughts, of anything negative that might be in your realm right now. And I want you to release it. Now go ahead and exhale. Just releasing it. Take one more deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze the stomach. Bring an awareness to yourself in this moment. And again, just letting go, releasing anything you want to let go. And the last one, we're going to breathe in positivity. Hold. We're going to breathe in and hold positive energy, opening the heart, opening ourselves to this moment and to be present. Then we're going to exhale, releasing any resistance. And go ahead and exhale. All right. How are you feeling now? This little breathing exercise, it's something so simple that has such an impact, and it's available to anyone. You don't have to be wealthy to do it. You don't need to drive anywhere to do it. You can literally do it in your car. You can do it anywhere. It's the breath. It's life. And that goes with today's message around our topic of discussion for the channel, which is awareness. And when I say awareness, going even deeper with what's underneath awareness is life. Because we are experiencing life because we are aware of the idea of experiencing life. So for instance, you can walk through or be driving. Yeah. Let's say you are on a road trip or on a train or something. And you are reading a book. And because you are reading this book that you are enjoying, you, as the train is going by or the car is going by, you're obviously a passenger in the car, you're missing on this beautiful nature that you're going by. And because of that, you didn't get to experience that which took place in your life, like it happened, but you didn't have awareness of it because you were doing something else, so you missed it, but it was there. So within that example is there's so much that is available in life that is beautiful, that is expansive, and we are just not aware of it because we're unaware of our focus, we're unaware of ourselves. And so I've done podcasts, audio podcasts on the topic of specifically speaking on awareness before, but this is the fundamental key of anything I believe and I know to be true from my own experience in life as far as growth and truly living is awareness. And from the place of awareness comes out the expansion, because there has to be awareness of what is happening or what you are doing, how you are engaging with life in order for you to receive anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so the practice of awareness can be done in so many different ways. And it's not about being micro-focused on, like, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? It's not about right or wrong, but it's being the observer. Being the observer of oneself. It is to have awareness of oneself. And that is to say that if we observe ourselves, then we are to do so without any right or wrong ideas or influences or judgments. So that is to say that to observe is to not judge for what is right or what is wrong, but just to see it. So how do we do that? And I think this is the topic that really has influenced me or encouraged me, to share here with you guys, with you all, because I feel it's important. Because no matter where you are in your spiritual journey, where you are in life, right? Again, is this practice that I'm going to share with you. If you do this, it will amplify everything else you're doing in your life. I promise you that. And so the practice of awareness can, as I shared before, can come in many, many different ways. One way in which I want to share with you is, for example, starting by, I harp so much on meditation, right? And immediately there's a lot of resistance with people who have not done it or who don't do it as often. And the biggest thing that I always hear is, but my mind just goes a million miles an hour, or there's too many thoughts coming in and I can't do it. So that right there, it's a behavior. Okay. And the behavior of that is of something it's hard, so I'm not going to do it because it's hard. And that is a reflection of the world that men have created around all of these comforts. And so my response to them is, well, you've done many things in your life that were challenging, have you not? Yes. Okay. And you overcame a lot of things, did you not? Yeah, you did. For example, when you were a child, you walk now, right? But you overcame the obstacle of the many times you fell, right? You drive a vehicle, right? You ride a bicycle, right? You know how to use a computer, right? You type. All these things that we've been doing the process of life. And there may have been things that have felt easier than others, but we've been doing it. And so the biggest factor is that the desire of you wanting to overcome that obstacle has to be stronger than the desire of comfort. So we are so used to of doing, things that are like finding the hacks of like what's the fastest and easiest way to do something, and that's great. I think that has a place and a purpose, but it's not always the case for all things. And so that what we are talking about right now, that is an awareness in itself, right? It's to understand oneself and one's behavior, and to not justify or make an excuse for it, but to understand, like, okay, I understand that it's challenging for me to meditate because I feel like it's very hard for me to be able to find peace, and my mind goes all over the place, and then da-da-da-da. Great. Acknowledge it. You're aware of it. Now comes the most important aspect within awareness, which gives you growth, and that is action. There are people who have awareness but don't take action. And you see, if you don't take action, you're aware. That's all you're doing. There's a time to just have awareness and not do anything with it. And then there's a time where within that awareness, we have to take action in order to change, to transmute that awareness of the change that we want to, or that needs to take place. So meditation is it's the start. If you can devote yourself for 30 days to just meditate and bring awareness of yourself, then you'll be surprised what that will do for you and how much easier it will get. Because your brain, we're creatures of habits. Once we get into a habit, it's easier to do things the more we do it. It's just a fact. So that's one aspect. That's one pillar. Okay. Let's just say that for whatever, let's not even say anything. Let me just give you the second pillar. I almost said something there. I was like, there's no point in saying that because I don't want to even entertain that. Okay, so second option is for you to go to nature. Why nature? Well, nature is our home, obviously. What it's not our home is our home. I'll let that seep there for a moment. So our true home is Earth, is the planet. We are alive because of this planet. And so are all the living being creatures and plants, etc., that are on this planet. And so being in nature Science now, it's starting to understand what has been understood for much longer time in the spiritual realm, or other cultures who are more around spirituality, or just self-connection, or connection in general to the cosmos, to our earth, etc. That there are so many benefits when we connect to nature. It's proven, it's measurable. Putting our feet on the ground, for instance, the idea that grounding is actually measurable, that it reduces stress, and it can help with depression, and it lowers your blood pressure, all these things. So there's a lot of evidence, for the mind, for the ego, that grounding is very beneficiary to our body. But going back more into the pillars, so go to nature and put your phone away. And I don't mean put it in your pocket. I mean either put it in your backpack, or turn it off if you're gonna have it on you. But don't have that frequency within you. Leave it in the car if you can, and go on a little hike or a little walk. Go to the beach, find your spot, whatever it is. Go somewhere that you feel also connected, where ideally you feel your nervous system relax, which is also a benefit of being in nature. And find a spot. Maybe you're just walking or something. Find a spot where you feel, I want to stay here for a moment, and just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and smell the nature. Connect with your senses of smell. To smell nature is the most natural smells. And when we connect with the sense of smell, and we are smelling nature, that in itself, that awareness, it's already doing changes in our chemistry, in our bodies. And when you go from the smell, then you go to the feeling, the sensation, feeling the wind on your skin, or if there's no wind, feeling the temperature. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the cold, the crisp air, or maybe it's drizzling a little bit. Whatever it is, whatever's happening with your senses, just bring your awareness to that. And you see the difference. This is another form of meditation, really, is what I'm describing. But instead of sitting there in your home where there's 5G, 3G, there's a bunch of energy, and your mind has this association with this place, right? And trying to calm your mind using a device, go to nature and be open to open yourself, your body, to that energy. A. B. Then the only thing, instead of having to focus on so many thoughts and things like that, is you're for a moment, in this moment, as I'm describing this to you, in this instant in which you're doing this, you're bringing your focus onto yourself, onto your senses. And after you bring awareness of how you feel, like the things that you're feeling in your environment, okay? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. And look around. Now, these two things prior, the smell and the sensations, you were doing it with your eyes closed. Okay? Now you open your eyes, and now you're looking around. And take your time to look around, all the beauty that's around you. Every little thing that sparks, because you could be whether you are in a forest or in a garden, or it doesn't matter. There's so much detail. Look at all the detail. Look at the dirt as well. Look down. Look how the sunlight is coming through. Take in all the details. And once you do that, take a deep breath in. And when you take this deep breath in, okay, I want you to keep your eyes open and look around. And you see now what you're doing is you are connecting with the senses. You're bringing your scent, your vision together. And you do that the second time. On the second time, I want you to bring focus on the temperature. The other sense that we were talking about. And on the last breath, you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to, when you close your eyes, I want you to bring awareness into just like letting go of everything and just what comes up. What comes up? And so this beautiful exercise is bringing awareness to all the senses. And it's also bringing awareness to you, how it was connecting to each one of them, the process, and then bringing it all together. And then how you feel after you do that, which won't take a long time to do. And so this is another practice of awareness as well. And then if you ask me, well, what do I do after that? Well, that's very much in the mind. So what I will say that after that, it's for you to tune in into yourself. Because that is essentially a big reset button right there. And so depending on what surfaces is that awareness container is already open. So whatever comes up, whatever comes through in that moment, then is for you to continue to work within that energy of awareness, for you to connect with your breath. I mean, you notice just when we first started, right, how different you felt before we did the breath, initially the 3 breaths, and then after, and how you feel right now. So this is important. Okay, so that's the second pillar. Third pillar. Okay. Third pillar is connecting with the water element. And you can do this in your shower, or you can take a bath, and ideally, you can do it in nature, in the ocean, at a lake, at a river, things like this. All you're gonna do, let's just start with the shower, the most accessible one to most people. You're going to turn the shower to cold. Now, bring in awareness. Speaking of awareness, just when I said that cold, how many of you were like, oh, how many of you were already reacting to that discomfort? Maybe there's some of you who was like, oh, I love cold water. Whatever, the point is the reaction, right? Because jumping into a body of water where the temperature is cold, there's always that process. Unless it's really hot and you want to cool off, that's the idea of like a benefit, right? It's like, okay, yeah, the water's cold, but it's going to feel so good because I'm so hot. But this brings discomfort, brings in an awareness, right, of that and the negotiation that goes into place. Because here's the reality. The reality is the cold water is not bad for you. Now, yes, you can go into a state of hypothermia like this. There's a lot of things around this. I don't want to get too deep into it. But the reality is that it's not actually bad. This is where cold plunges come and all these things. Like, there's a lot of benefits to it. But anyway, let's stay focused. So you're going to turn the cold water on. And when you jump in the shower, I want you to breathe. Just focus on breathing. Just take deep breaths. And I know everything in you is going to want to jump out. But focus on the breath and just take deep breaths. And I want you, as you're counting or as you're breathing, I want you to take 10 breaths. So 1. And I don't mean no. Deep breaths. 10 of those. 10 deep breaths while you're in the shower and it's cold. And on the 10th breath, you're going to turn off the water. You're not going to turn it too warm. You're going to turn it off. Okay? And once you do that, I want you to take 10 more breaths. And once you're done with that, then you step out, you grab your towel, you dry off. And after you've done this, I want you to take a moment and feel. How do you feel once after getting out? Other than cold, the obvious. Do you feel energized? Do you feel happy, enlightened, pumped, excited? What do you feel? I want you to take time on that though. Like give it like focus on that. And the final and fourth pillar that I want to share with you, that I'll leave you off with, around awareness. I want you to go find your favorite spot. That can be a park, that can be the beach, the woods, whatever. Somewhere in nature, right? Or your favorite part. Place, I should say, sorry. Your favorite place. So once you get there, I want you to take 3 deep breaths in, close your eyes, reset, like ground, be there. And obviously it's your favorite place, which means you have an emotional relationship with this place, right? And so once you've done the 3 breaths, I want you to look around and I want you to do your best. Do your best to detach from those emotions. And that is to say that you don't have to focus on the opposite. You don't have to say like that it's ugly, but detach with it. And don't see anything that you already feel it's beautiful. Don't look at it as beautiful. Look at it as with no emotions, just as is. So for instance, if you're at the beach like where I've done this many times, or continue to do this, I should say. I'll go there and I'm like, oh, wow, it's such a beautiful day. Da, 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 da. And then I stop. I take my 3 deep breaths, and I literally look around and I start to detach, even though I was just mesmerized by the beauty of this place. And that is going to bring an awareness to you. You are engaging with awareness in that process of detaching something that you feel emotionally connected to and creating no emotions with it. And once you get to the point, and if you get to this point of like, okay, now I feel like I don't see this as beautiful or as anything anymore. It just is. There's no emotions. If you get as deep as I've gone the first time, it feels a little strange and kind of scary, uncomfortable, I should say. Almost like a little bit of like anxiousness from feeling like so disconnected of something that I have such a deep connection with. And allow yourself to be there for a moment. And just to bring awareness of how that feels. And once you are done, you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to take 3 deep, beautiful breaths in. And each breath that you're breathing in, you're connecting more with the feeling of the breath. So you're connecting more with your sensations, with your senses. And then I want you to, on the last breath, when you exhale, I want you to open your eyes and see how you feel. And then re-engage with your feelings, with the beauty of that place. But see what changed. See what changed after that experience. And you see that final 4th pillar of exercise that you could do, that I'm sharing with you. You can do all of them, and I do all of them very often, because this is the beauty of awareness, is to be the observer, of our life, of ourselves. And from that place, to not just only experience life through the reality that we've been experiencing before. That is to say that all this time, we're so used to reading books, maybe while we drive the car, or riding in the car, on the train, or whatever, that we don't realize that we could be missing the reality that's always there as well, which is to observe and learn to observe, to look at the scenery, to look at the clouds, to feel the sun. And so this is bringing more connection. See, reading is very internal. It's in the head. But life is not happening in our head. You see, life is happening here. That's why we have a physical body. We are in a physical realm. So it's about learning how to understand the mind through awareness, through awareness. Then that the mind is a tool that helps us experience the infinite depth of being a human being, and of being not just on this earth, but on this universe. Universe. And so this is what I encourage you to try. And again, pick one that resonates the most with you, but devote yourself to it. And when you do it once and see how you feel, and then make a conscious decision that to go deeper with it. And what I mean is to bring it part of your routine, to do it once a week, to do it twice a week, whatever, once a month at the very, very, very minimum. And see how that changes your life, because you're going to start to have more awareness of your thoughts, more awareness of your emotions, more awareness of energy, of your energy, and so on and so forth, your habits, your behaviors, your stories, your fears, etc. And that is the point of life, in my humble opinion, is to work with the awareness of the multiple realities that are constantly existing, and to get out of our bubble, to get out of the book. There's nothing wrong with reading, don't get me wrong. It's not about that. But it's also about, replace the book with the phone. Replace the phone with the computer, the TV, whatever. Like, just get out. There's a whole beautiful day out there. Even after you watch this, you better, unless it's at night or something, like, I hope that even if you don't do this, any of these things, I hope that this sparks something within you to realize that there's so much life available for you to experience. But if you're not aware of that, if you're not aware of what's blocking you, which is yourself, then you're missing out. And there's a lot more than the experience of reading a book when traveling, on a beautiful scenery. That is life. And so, just like that, we're going to wrap this one up. And really appreciate all of your support and for you to tune in. And I really, really encourage you to give this a try. It doesn't benefit me in any way. It has nothing to do with myself. It has everything to do with you. And this is coming from my heart to yours. We don't know each other. That's fine. It doesn't matter. I want the best for you. I want the best for humanity. And in this awareness, from here, we can start to we can build up on this awareness as we have awareness within ourselves and our role that we play on this planet, with other people and with this planet, to take care of this planet, to take care of other people, right? And every little bit counts, but it starts with awareness. It starts here. So sit with that. Do what feels good, what resonates. And please like, share, and subscribe so that way you can receive more, as I will be posting more and more things on here on the channel. And thank you so much for your support. I'm sending you lots of light, lots of gold light, lots of white light into your life, lots of blessings. And don't forget to be brave every single day. All you have to be brave with is yourself. That's it. You can do this. You got this. And just remember that you are loved. Until next time.